live.
What is up, everybody?
We are live.
What is up? What is up? In the top left, can you all say it when you see us? Oh, we got to enable chat.
I have.
Hey, I got it. I got it. Hey, guys. Hey. In the top left, there's a little chat bubble. There's like about a 30-second delay, guys. Just let us know when you can see and hear us so we can start. Yeah, we're ready. I am icing my elbow, by the way. I hurt my elbow by sleeping the wrong way.
Magic.
Can everybody hear and see us? Can you see us? Me Julie? Me Julie's on. Me Julie, can you see us?
She probably doesn't know how to chat.
Oh, Trisha. I see Trisha's on. Trisha, anybody, everybody, can you hear us? Let me see the YouTube, by the way. Let me just do this. We're working this out, guys. Where are you? There you are. There you are. How are you today, Simon?
It's a bit weird being on this side. Normally I just
know,
go up
right?
to the chat and have a chat with everybody and not listen to what everyone's saying.
Right?
I had a message from upstairs that she could... Can you hear us? Can you hear us?
Yay! Thank you, me Julie. Thank you, me Julie.
She came running downstairs to tell us.
Well, I'm trying to get on your YouTube. For some reason, I can see your face and I can see that this is loading. Let me not play this. Hold on. Ah, I don't want this to come on. Okay, no, I see it. Okay. All right, guys, thank you so much for coming on today. I am so excited. I'm just so happy for you, Simon. This is your very first webinar, which is a little scary, I bet, because I know the first time I did a webinar, it was really, really scary. But guys, if you're catching this now or you're catching this on the replay, I just want to tell you that I love Simon Palmer to pieces. To pieces, all right? I had the pleasure of hanging out with him last month. Oh my God, has it been like 6 weeks, Simon? Right? Love.
Yeah.
Love. I had the pleasure of hanging out with Simon Palmer and getting to know him 6 weeks ago, 6 weeks ago in Austin, Texas. We had the time of our lives. I love this guy to pieces because every time I need something, he is always there for me. He is my mindset guy. So if you're coming in just now and maybe you saw him on social media, you saw a little tidbit of him and you saw this webinar and you clicked on it and you don't really know Simon, you need to be friends with Simon. I'm telling you right now that you need to be friends with him because he has a heart of gold. He's going to be there for you. And let me just tell you how much of a heart of gold that Simon has. Last night, I actually slept on my elbow really wrong. I don't know if you can tell, like it's all inflamed.
Better. That's loads
Is it?
better.
Yeah,
Is it? Really red this morning.
Oh, it was horrible. So I have 2 small boys and I was literally like doing the mom thing where my son was right here and I woke up this morning and could not. So this morning at 4 o'clock my time, I called him up and he told me exactly what to do. But I'm just so honored and so, I don't know, I'm so honored and humbled to be part of Simon Palmer's journey. I mean, this guy has a heart of gold. He's gonna help you in your business and today he's gonna throw down a lot of nuggets. So in the chat in the top left, please ask your questions in the top left because I will be here to help Simon as he goes through his first webinar. So give him some love. What is up, Simon? How are you doing today?
I'm very good, thank you very much.
Yes.
Thanks for that wonderful introduction. I'm sure I deserve all of it. What are we talking about today? Let's have some more.
Don't let your ego get to you. But
No,
I do. I just love you to pieces. I love you to pieces. You have a heart of gold. You're always there for me. You're always there. Every time I literally have a mindset thing, you always tell me exactly what I need to hear, even if I'm not ready to hear it. And I just love you to pieces. We have like grown this amazing friendship in the last 6 weeks. And I just want everybody to be your friend.
That's really
everybody
kind.
needs Simon Palmer in their life.
And I'm not.
No, I really mean it. So
I'm not being big-headed and anything. I was just explaining to Brittany the other day about when you see big leaders on stage, and they get a rousing applause, rousing reception when they walk onto the stage, and the really big leaders, they go, yeah, and they accept it. They don't say, all right, that's enough, because that's a serious issue with your self-worth issues. So what you'll see is the greatest leaders, they'll accept the praise. I mean, they don't want to go on too long, or maybe some will, but they'll accept the praise rather than saying, no, sit down. So that's just something to bear in mind as far as mindset's concerned. But thanks everyone for turning up. And if you're not here live, thank you for watching the replay. So what we're going to do today, so I think probably the best thing to do is share my screen. So let's do that.
Cool.
I did it too quick.
Don't do it too fast.
Okay, so can you see my screen?
I cannot right now.
That is disappointing.
Way to start off the webinar there, Simon.
Yeah. Does it start? Do we have that 30-second delay when I do this?
No, it should. For me, it should start right away. So,
Right.
Are you on the
Let's come back.
actual top left?
Okay.
Do you see on? There we go. I see something's happening. There we go. There we go.
That's what happens when the pros are doing it. That's awesome.
Yeah. There you go.
That's what we get. So now you can see that. You can see a little bit of me.
Yep, I can see your slides. You're good.
Excellent. So what we're going to do is we're going to talk a little bit about four things essentially. I'm not going to read them out to you because that would be foolish, but here they are. So, but first of all, who am I and what on earth am I doing here on the end of a webinar talking to you guys? Well, as Brittany kindly introduced me, I'm Simon Palmer, and I've been an osteopath for the last 28 years, and the last 18 of which I've worked from home. And you can see down here in the pictures, this is our home, and this is me being an osteopath treating some a little baby Lola, and I see little updates of Lola on Facebook, and it's absolutely awesome to see her growing up. I live on the south coast of England, and there's a picture down the bottom there of the harbour where we live. This is my wife Julie. We've been married for, I better remember seeing she's live, 24 years. Big year next year, and apparently I need to save up. And these are our two boys, Ben and James, number 1 son, number 2 son. Both at university now, so we're living home alone. But we have a good time. We enjoy ourselves. As you'll see up here, we've got pictures of when we were in London. That the sort of Alice in Wonderland thing that you might be able to see there was we were at a garden party in Buckingham Palace, so that was pretty cool. So we have a nice time, but it wasn't always like that. This picture at the top here is where I went to school, and I was sent off to boarding school, English public school. And to start with, I didn't have a great time. I had to ring up my mom every night, and because I was getting bullied essentially. So I didn't have a great time there, and I sort of retired to the squash court and hit on the squash court and got quite good at squash. And hockey was my number 1 game. And all through my life, all I really wanted to do was play sport. So the reason I went off to college to learn osteopathy was really to be able to play sport on Saturdays and be able to work for myself and not have to work for anyone else. And that's been fantastic. But more recently, I've been thinking to the future, and what I'd like to do is I'd like to travel more. And what it means is that I can't be tied to my treatment couch, which is at home. So I was looking at ways of creating an income, but not actually having to be at home, and I wanted to travel more. So I was looking and finding something whereby I could just use my laptop and a Wi-Fi connection, and then I could be anywhere in the world. And that's what got me into network marketing about 3 years ago. And we started off doing that really well. We got on very well, and then the excitement seemed to dwindle, and I lost my focus a little bit, and I didn't really like what I was being asked to do, because I didn't really want to chase down friends and family. And it wasn't just friends and family, but it was also I was being encouraged to speak to my patients, and they were really coming to see me to get their aches and pains sorted, not really to see if they were interested in starting their own business. Although some of them do use the products, which is great. but I just felt uncomfortable about it, and I wanted to do more work online. So this is about 9 months ago, I found a fantastic way of doing it, having been researching for the last year, 18 months about the best way to work online. And about 9-10 months ago, I discovered the best way to do it. And so let me explain to you guys a little bit about the first topic and what is marketing. Well, essentially, marketing is preparing somebody to buy. And what you'll see a lot of is that people are just trying to close the whole time. If you look on Facebook, and people with their home business, this is what they're told to do by their uplines. They're told to just sell products. And so all they do is brand the company and send pictures of products all over social media or wherever, expecting people to buy. And that doesn't really help them. It helps the company, and it may indeed in time help their upline, but it doesn't really help the person that's posting these pictures of products. And that's why you see that people are just trying to close the whole time. They're not actually doing the work and just preparing someone to buy. So it's network marketing and not network selling. And what we're trying to do with this marketing is we're looking to solve someone's pain. So, and usually, well, it could be anything. People use marketing for all kinds of different things, but specifically for the sort of space that we work in, it's home business owners. And usually home business owners are looking for two things, really. They're looking for more leads, more people to talk to, and more money. But it may be different for everybody. So I think what you need to do is you need to compare it to going to visit the doctor or an osteopath indeed. And they'll ask you lots of questions, because what they're trying to do is come up with a diagnosis. You're not going to go in and say, oh, I've got a bad back, and they'll say, all right, take these pills, or I've got this wrong, and they'll just give you a blanket treatment. Because what they want to do is they want to find out exactly what's wrong with you or what's causing your pain. So that's why they ask questions. And this is what you need to do when you're helping people out with their home business. You've got to find out what's in their head. And then the next line may seem a little bit spiteful, because you've got to stir their pain a little bit, but that's not really spiteful. It's just making them aware of what actually is the problem. And we do it in my practice as well, because sometimes when someone's in pain, sometimes it has to get worse before it can get better. And your business may be the answer. I mean, it may not be, in which case you may be able to send them in some other direction, but it could be the answer. So what do you need to go and find out where these people hang out. So if it's offline, you'll be looking to see what magazines they read or where they go, bars and nightclubs or cafes, coffee shops. Online might be forums or networking groups, could be online or offline. And Facebook groups, you find different niches in different places. So depending on your target market, you want to go and find these people where they hang out. And then start conversations, make friends, discover what their pain is, what their challenges are, stir it just a little, as I said, and then offer some kind of relief, whether it's a painkiller, aspirin, or your solution, your business opportunity or your products. Or maybe you have access to tools or training, which we'll talk about later. But essentially what we're doing, there's 7 key steps to marketing. So people need to understand that the line that I always use, it's been taught to me by one of my mentors, Diane Hockman, is I'm looking for people who are looking for me. And when you're marketing, you've got to believe that people are looking for you and you do have what they need. And you don't want to feel weird or guilty, because you don't want to feel that you're trying to make a sale. And that's usually where people start to feel that they feel a bit odd about it. It feels uncomfortable. Whereas all you're really doing is asking questions, and it may be, are they open to a business opportunity? But otherwise, if they're already in a home business, you're asking questions about how do they obtain leads, or how do they work online, and how much online marketing done, and what's the biggest struggle they've had so far. Those sort of questions to discover what's going on in their head, and then to stir them a little bit with your headline, which is your just stirring the pain a little bit, and it's a little bit about maybe a question you could use was, how would getting 8 to 10 leads a day change your business? And for most people that makes a big difference. So that's just makes them think about what their problem is and understanding that you have the solution for it. But all this time you're delivering value. So you're offering free offers. You're not trying to earn anything off them to start with, because you want to build some trust. You want people to know you, to like you, and to trust you. And the marketing happens inside the environment that they've entered into. So you've asked them a question. If they want to come and join, maybe they want to join your mailing list, get in your autoresponder through your letter set, which is your emails, or maybe they've come to visit a webinar such as this. So you're not actually trying to sell someone, because they've given you permission to talk to them by coming to see you. And if people try to sell less and just try some of this marketing and getting to know people a little bit better, they do really well. There's a story recently from Diane Hockman again. She just became the #1 affiliate in our company, and by virtue of that, she wins a car. So she was looking around at loads of different garages for cars, and she couldn't decide what she wanted. And it was a difficult thing for them, but all they were trying to do was to sell. They weren't trying to find anything about her. They were just trying to get rid of her car. And because being a marketer, she understood. She said, if all they'd done was gone to look at her Facebook profile and just seen that she'd just come back from the Caribbean or something, and if one of them had said, how was your trip? How was your cruise? That would almost have nailed the deal, because she'd realized that they'd done all the right things, and that was built up the like and trust value. So that's one thing. But I also wanted to talk about branding, because it's for home business owners. This is quite tricky, because you get taught to brand yourself, but do you actually know what it is? But essentially, branding is so that people can know who you are, what you're all about, what you actually stand for, what your values are. And then if they identify with that, then that elevates their self-image, so that the self-image of the consumer, so that you own that place in their mind, because they know, like, and trust you. They share the same values as you. If you're trying to market to everybody, you're marketing to nobody. So what you want to do is you want to market to the people who are like you, so who know, like, and trust you. With branding, of course, there's the corporate brands that we all know and love or hate, but it's a little bit different for home business owners. And what you find is, rather than the flashy stuff that you get from the corporate, the home business, it's a little bit more simple, because to start with, you don't really have a brand. So you can work hard on your graphics and strap lines and logos and all that sort of stuff. But until you just get a little bit of traction, until people start to converse with you, you don't really have that glitter effect. So you just want to start off. I mean, if you look at Ray Higdon's blog and the across the top, it's just got very, very simple language about what he does and about helping home business owners. And it's very, very simple, but obviously he has a huge brand, and now in the Inc. 5000, and David Woods is similar. So what you tend to find, it's brand is a bit like love names, like you have for your kids. I mean, our kids have obviously got their pet names, and number two son, he's got loads of them because he was always the baby of the family, and he ended up with all kinds of names. But these names developed over a period of years by virtue of spending time with him and with everybody else, and there'd be loads of interaction. But you get these pet names, and that's essentially how you build your brand. Because if you are everywhere all the time, every day, you're putting out content, videos, blog posts, all these different things, you start to have conversations with people, and things start to come out. I mean, like recently, I mean, I never knew really much about hashtags, but in the last few weeks, since we were talking about hashtags when I met Brittany a few weeks ago in Texas, and my hashtag seems to have developed recently into hashtag Simon Says, which is perfect for me, and it's got some really good input from other people when I've spoken about it. So it's just starting to, my little brand is just starting to take off. So that's fantastic. So don't worry too much about graphics and all that sort of stuff at the time. Just be authentically you, get yourself out there and do it with a passion, and your brand will start to build itself. So let's just come back before we go on. Is anybody out there?
Hey, wow, can you hear me? I was like
I can
muted
hear
out.
you.
Wow, Simon, way to over deliver. Holy moly. I'm just like, wow, I've already if anybody's not taking notes, you need to be taking notes. I'm actually I just took a bunch of notes. That crazy. Wow.
I'll just come back for a little drink.
Yeah, let me say a few things. Oh my God, I have so many notes. I don't want to take up all your time. So okay, so let me go back to the pet names, and that's so true. So let me just touch on that for a minute. It is so true, and I love how you said that about the pet names, because especially me, I mean, we're kind of in the same boat. We've kind of started network marketing the same time. Our careers are taking off, and it's our brand is taking off. And it's weird because for me personally, I went out with, you know, wanting to help everybody, and my brand is forming from other people in a way, because when you're talking about those pet names, it really struck a chord with me, because when we were in Austin last month, and then I even went to the Ray events like a week ago, whatever. And some of the people that were in Austin were there, and some other people that had known me were there. And I just have to touch on a little thing, not like, I guess it's going to be a little humble brag, all right? It's going to be a little humble brag, but Amani Zane, right? I didn't know who she was. I just knew that she was a speaker at the Ray event, right? And she actually came up to me in the elevator, and she's like, "Oh my God, I know who you are. And you did this video, it made me cry." And basically my point is that then that inspired me to go on stage, remember?
Yeah.
Because you were stalking me. Now that was really hard for me to go on stage. I don't know why. I can talk up a storm, but when I actually went up there to I was literally standing in line, and I was like, I gotta go back. I'm gonna puke. Like, honestly. My point is though, is that guys, you do not, right? You do not, the only thing that you have control over is putting that content out every single day, putting that value out every single day, but you have no control over when people are going to connect with you. You know, I have people that come to me they watch my videos all the time, Simon, because they know me as the funny girl. They want nothing to do with network marketing, right? But they come to me because they're like, "Oh my God, you just make my day." So you have no control over how people, when they will connect with you, how they're going to connect with you, what video they're going to see. I mean, in Austin, I had people that had connected with me and when were telling me about videos they had seen a year ago. And I'm like, I don't even remember that video. You know what I mean? So my point is, I didn't mean to drag that out, but when you're talking about these pet names, it's your duty, guys. It's your duty to every single day provide that value, and you have no idea what you're going to say, when you're going to say it, how you're going to say it, when people are going to have that light bulb moment. And then my second thing that goes along with that is when you're saying be authentically you. I love that, Simon. I love that. You need to exude you. I mean, my brand, and probably Simon for you as well, right? For me, when I stopped worrying about being so professional and being the authority figure and just started being myself, that's when my brand really exploded. So I really loved that you said that. And that goes along with the pet names, the be authentically you guys. Just go out there and be you. Don't try to be anybody else but yourselves. All right, there's my 2 cents.
Thank you very much. Yeah, that's great. Great. And it's interesting you said I was stalking you when you were in Florida, because I just happened to see that Ray Higdon went live. So I thought I'd go and have a look and see if I could see you in the auditorium. And I was looking around, but I didn't have to look very far, because there you were in the queue ready to go up and tell your story. So that was great. I timed in just right. That was the universe telling me to go and log in at that time, because it was all going to happen.
What did you think? What did you think when you saw me up there? You were like, "Oh my God, that's my girl."
Oh, I thought, oh no, she's going to cry again.
I had to go do it though, guys. Like, you know, honestly, I build my brand. I don't tell anybody, and I know Simon's the same way. I don't tell anybody to do something if I'm not doing it. And I don't know why, but I get sick to my stomach, like literally sick to my stomach, like talking on stage. But I can talk to anybody and everybody. Are you still there, Simon? You disappeared. Oh, guys, Simon left for some reason. He's not there anymore. All right, Simon, you need to come back. Where are you? Where did you go? Oh, okay, guys, give me just a minute. I'm going to let Simon know that for some reason he disappeared. Hopefully he's not having horrible problems with his internet. So please bear with me. Please bear with us. He'll be back, you guys. Sometimes this happens, guys. Thank you for being patient with us, guys. Just give me a minute to get Simon back on here. we go. All right, bye.
I'm back. Oh dear, what happened?
Oh no, you messed it all up.
Thanks for finding me, boss. I was struggling to get back on. I thought,
It's
oh,
okay.
I'll
It's
just
okay.
prepare and get a little bit ahead. But no such luck. So let's go on. Thank you for filling in, and thank you for finding me and coming all those thousands of miles and helping me out. I had Julie coming down. Julie was coming downstairs saying, "We can't hear you. We can't see you." So that I know I can't see anyone either.
Okay, me Julie, are you? I don't see anybody in the chat anymore. I just see a group chat. Is me Julie still on? Because I had to pause me and I had to call you. So
yeah. I thought we got a couple back on now, but I can't see anyone in the chat. I'm going to say hi.
You guys,
again.
I just see the group chat now. I just have the group chat on. I think it's just between you and me. I don't know how to switch it. So
okay.
I don't know. When you left, it kicked me out of the whole admin thing. So I don't know. But are other people on? And thank you guys for being patient. This is not easy. My first webinar, it was a mess. So it is, it's just a learning curve for us all. And so thank you for being patient, guys.
When one of my mentors, who's the #1 affiliate in MLSP, is called the Digital Dingbat, it doesn't hold out well for me from my first webinar. So thanks for hanging around.
I think you're doing an amazing job.
So. All right, let's go back, and I'm going to talk you through a little bit about the tools that you need to grow your business and to brand yourself.
Absolutely. I'm going to go ahead and mute myself out again. But yes, we can see your screen. You're good.
Excellent.
All right, I'm going to mute out. See you in a minute.
Yeah, sure. Thank you. So here we go. So the tools you need to brand yourself. So rather than branding your company, because we're all in love with, if you've got a home business, we're in love with the products from our home business. I mean, that's the reason why we got into them, isn't it? If it's a network marketing business, we love the products. So yes, of course we want to share them, but what's the best way to do it? And the best way to do it isn't to just share pictures of products and say, you should do this, it's brilliant. You should have this, it's brilliant. This will make your skin radiant forever, or this will make your hair as clean as you like forever. That's not the way to do it. You want to brand yourself, because when you brand yourself, people come to know, like, and trust you. When you're authentically yourself, you're living your own story, and if you can do it with passion, then that'll attract more people to you. So the way to get your message out there is with these things. So a blog, and this is Brittany's class blogger. This is her #1 thing, and she's been teaching me loads about my blog recently. So thank you very much for that. But a blog's a big thing, but you don't have to have a blog. If you're not a writer, then a blog's probably not the best thing for you. But you can use videos, or you can use various different ways, and these are important tools that you need to build your business. So you need a blog, you need funnels, capture pages, which are sort of mini web pages, which you can, where people come and register their details so that you can get them on your list, so that you can communicate with them. And when they do that, these numbers start to grow quite quickly, and it's very difficult to know and manage all those people that you're talking to. So you have a CRM, which is a customer relationship manager, whereby you can keep all your contacts in one place and have notes about when you last spoke to them and things like that. Coaching's really important. Brittany's become my coach, and she's been fantastic. So I've learned loads in the last few weeks. And mindset training is, as far as I'm concerned, the mindset is the #1 thing that you need to work on, because you need to grow into a different person. Because if you keep doing what you've always done, you'll keep getting what you've always got. And the way to change it is to change yourself. You can't expect anything else to change. You have to change yourself. If you can get some affiliate commissions on the side, that would be good. And if you get ongoing training through the week, then that's got to be good. So I'm going to show you what I'm going to show you a little bit of my back office. And this is what I was doing when it all went pear-shaped just now. I'm going to show you a little bit about my back office. And we were talking, first of all, about a blog. So here's where you can go and set up your blog with step-by-step instructions. So I'll just show you briefly what it's all about. You say, here we go, we're coming into the training portal. If you want to go and access your blog straight away, you can go up here, but to set it up, you have all these things. All these are little, as it says here, design walkthroughs, ways to use all your plugins and stuff like that. So you can actually get your blog set up in just a couple of clicks, and then you can go about specializing it for yourself. So that's one really important thing that you need in your business. You need to be able to have a blog. The other thing that I was talking about was being able to make sales pages or funnels or capture pages. And I'm going to show you a little bit about how you do that in here. So here's some of the ones that I've got already. And then what we do is we can create funnel. Just say, let's just, I've done a lot of these. But I've got a good teacher, but she's muted up at the moment. Lol. And perhaps I have had a practice.
I had to come back for a minute. Yeah, look at you. You're getting pretty good with these funnels.
Yeah, so look, I've already done a practice, so I have to do a different one.
This is awesome. All right, I'm going away now.
Thank you. So what you can do is you can start with these templates. And there's loads of different templates that you can use, and you can personalize these as much as you like. You can change the pictures, change the words. You can change everything in here, but what it does, it gives you access to these funnels, sales pages, capture pages that would ordinarily take forever to put together. So let's not get beyond myself, otherwise my teacher will be back at me. But that's how you go and do that. That's how you go and build your funnels and capture pages. Now, the other thing that you can have a look at is your CRM, which is your customer relationship manager. So you can go in here and you can, oh look, you can go through here and you can open these things up.
I have to laugh because it says Simon's American. No, it says Simon's American Girlfriend.
Yeah. You know
that was like a little inside joke.
So yeah, here we are. So this is how you can manage it, and you can add notes about speaking to people. And obviously with this person, I haven't had any contact with them at all, but it's very much like a fake one anyway. So that's why there's no history there. But it just gives you a little example of how you can look after your prospect. And then there's on the first page here, look, on the home page we can see that there's you get to see the member of the month, but the coaching was just the thing I was talking about. This is a new thing inside MLSP, personal coaching, one-on-one. And you can start off with just a few weeks worth, or you can have a few months worth of coaching. And it's designed for all pockets. So if you don't have a lot of money to spend on coaching, then there's a way to get into it where you get taught how to do all these things. You get a roadmap of how to build your business. Even the big hitters. I remember Brittany's friend Ray Higdon. He spends an absolute fortune every year on coaching for himself. He goes to lots of events and still has coaching. And he says, even when he's 83, he'll still be having a coach and being taught new stuff. So here's the other thing I was talking about was mindset training, and in MLSP you get a daily wake-up call, which for me is at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. So hopefully I'm awake by then. But every morning you get some mindset thoughts and some motivation, and it's not all rah rah rah. It's some really deep insight into how you can take your day forward. And after that, Brian Finale, the CEO of MLSP, goes on a Facebook Lives, and we dive a little bit deeper into whatever the topic was. And I absolutely love that. I set a space in my diary. No patients are allowed in them because that's really important. I love watching that. And as the affiliate commissions, as I mentioned earlier, what you can do with these things is you can websites here. So what we can do is we can share other people's trainings. So, for example, let's pick on Ray Higdon. We can share Ray Higdon's trainings and get a commission for selling his trainings. So that's how you can build affiliate commissions. But to lead with some value, you can give away free trainings from these guys, from 6, 7, 8-figure earners. You can give away these trainings, and look, there's all kinds of things which are free. You can watch them yourself, perhaps make a little video explaining to people what's on it, and then share the training with them. So Facebook Live is the biggest thing at the moment. This is where we're getting the most traction, and Facebook's really promoting it. So if you do live streams, and I thoroughly recommend that you do live streams, Facebook are trying to show it to as many people as possible, far more than if you were to just record a video and post it. So getting live. But here's a training on how to do Facebook Lives. Diane Hockman, my mentor, she is known, as I said earlier, the digital dingbat, but she does all her work from the end of her dining room table, and she explains how you can talk to people by telling stories, and how you can engage with people by telling stories. And as it says, earn more money than most doctors and print money in your business. So there's all kinds of trainings here: Snapchat, SEO training, prospecting, Periscope. Todd Falcone, he is a guy I met when we were in Austin. He's a 26-year network marketer, and he's done a training in here which you can just give away for free. So these are the sort of things. This is the sort of value that you can use to share with others, to help them through their pain, but also to share what you've got available to help them. And as I was saying, there's the 3 webinars a week. They have one on Monday nights for helping people set up their back office. They have hangouts at for me a reasonably good time because it's in the evening. And then on the Wednesday webinar, for 8 years they've had a Wednesday webinar, and they're consistently showing you what's new in the world of marketing. So that's absolutely fantastic. These are so MLSP. If you want to find out more about MLSP, then go to meetsimonpalmer.com/simple system, and there's a little video on there. Brian Finale will explain a little bit more about what you can get from it. And if you're running your home business and you're being advised to spam your links and spam your products all over Facebook, then my recommendation is to have a look at this and see if there's something in there for you, and see if you can find a better way to manage your business, because it might just be that this is something that'd be good for you too. Now, the other thing that's interesting to me particularly is the free training that you can get from a brand new, only started this month, September this year, it was launched. It's called Techademics, and it's ordinarily when you have training, you get it from your upline, from people who've been told what to do by their companies, essentially. And whilst some of you, if you in your upline, you may have the big earners, you can learn from them. It's not always laid out in a specific fashion. When you go to school and through all the way through education, the learning comes in blocks, and you learn the first bit and then you learn the next bit, and there's a set process. There's a curriculum that you follow that takes you through your exams and onwards and upwards as far as you want to go. And that hasn't necessarily been the case in marketing. But what's happened this month is Techademics has been launched by a guy called Chris Record. He's an 8-figure earner in the industry. And there's a number of other people who are similar stature. Diane is one of them, who've put together a complete curriculum with a specified process whereby you can learn internet marketing. The top level is it's $10,000, which, if you compare that to the cost of a college education, is absolutely nothing. But what you get is taught by the biggest and the best in the business. But that's the top end. You can start off by getting all these trainings, and all these ones on the screen, for free, and many, many more. See, the two things which I think are most exciting at the moment moving forward is this print on demand products and e-commerce. And I think this is what Techademics are going to be focusing on, especially e-commerce. So if you're interested in that, you definitely want to take a look at that. But what you should really do is just sign up at meetsimonpalmer.com/Techademics, TECADEMICS, Techademics, and have a look at the free training that's available, because there is loads of it. I watched one yesterday. There's 7 steps to triple your Facebook engagement. And it was amazing. It's taught me so much stuff. It was very, very simple, but it just showed it in a way that made it sink into my head. And I knew a lot of what they were saying, but not about the whys and wherefores of how this Facebook engagement works. And so by learning how it works, it made it that much, made my using Facebook that much more effective. So I can't recommend that highly enough. Just to go up and sign up for free, just needs an email, and you can access all this free training. So that's got to be worth having a look. So I'm going to come back and we can see who's around and have a little chat. Make sure I don't press the wrong button again.
Yeah, don't press the wrong button.
No, we don't want to press the wrong button.
No, not at all. So let me
go.
Wow.
Even
Okay.
more viewers than when I left.
So, I mean, first off, you just like crazily over delivered. I don't think that I've ever been on a webinar where someone goes into the system that we use like you have. Now, if you're watching this or you're watching the replay, please do not get overwhelmed. I know, like, if I was watching this from, back in the day when I was struggling, I would be very overwhelmed. So let me just say a few things, because I have these notes right here. When Simon is walking you through this and he's like, this is what you need, and that's what you need, and this is what you need, these tools, My Lead System Pro actually breaks it down into bite-sized pieces, guys. Like, it's not overwhelming. I know when you just went into your back office, I know that if I would have saw that and I was a struggling marketer, like when I was struggling, I would have been a little overwhelmed. Don't worry. Like, My Lead System Pro is not, we're not here to overwhelm you. Like I said, it's broken down into bite-sized pieces. So it is, I mean, honestly, I feel like anybody can do this, right, Simon? I love My Lead System Pro. I like how they break it down in the way that they do.
The O word's legal. It's
yeah.
the overwhelm and frustration. Yeah, exactly. And yeah, maybe it was a lot to take in, but it's just because there's so many different functions, and people can choose what they want to do. So if you don't want to start a blog straight away, you don't have to start a blog straight away. If you don't want to start with sales pages, you don't have to start with sales pages. But all that stuff's there, and you can start from different angles.
Absolutely.
You can pick and choose. And yeah, of course, you don't want to get overwhelmed, because that's why most people stop. It's because they just think, oh, what am I supposed to do? And that's why having training with a specific curriculum is useful, and having all these tools that you can pick and choose which ones you want to start with, and get led by the hand, step by step, through startup process. So yeah, absolutely right. There's a lot in there, but you don't have to do it all straight away.
Exactly. And I had to touch on that play, because as an outsider right now watching the webinar, I know Simon on a personal level. So if you're watching this, he is not trying to overwhelm you guys. He is a servant leader. He is a heart-driven servant leader. So when he's like, go to Techademics, go to this, go to that, he is honestly just trying to serve. And so I just wanted to kind of step back and just say, when he's opening up his back office, he's not trying to overwhelm you guys. He honestly wants you guys to succeed. Right? Both of us want you to succeed. So I just didn't want you to get a little overwhelmed. Another thing is that, okay, first off, when you were talking about investing in yourself, oh my God, you guys have to invest in yourselves. And when you were talking about like was it $10,000 that you were talking about? I literally wrote down the number, and I went to beauty school, which people think, you know, trade school is not as serious as real college. Let me just tell you, in beauty school, it wasn't just about playing with makeup and hair. I had to learn chemistry. I had to learn, it was hard. But anyways, my point is that I am actually 22,000. Well, I mean, I've been paying it down for like the last forever, but I'm actually still $22,000 in debt. So, I mean, when you invest in yourself, it's, yeah. Anyways, how are you still in debt, Simon? I'm just curious from your schooling. Yeah. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
Isn't that crazy?
It's a long,
so yeah,
long time.
So when he's telling you about the tools in My Lead System Pro, I mean, it's like pennies on the dollar, really, of the investment, because you have to invest in yourselves. And I'm just going to tell you guys that, you know, for the longest time, I had the poor mindset, right, Simon? I had the poor mindset, and you know, I'm a mom of 2. And for the longest time, I didn't invest in myself. I thought, you know, putting any kind of money into anything was just a waste of time. And I don't know what I was thinking, but I know personally, I have never looked back. I have never looked back. It was the best thing I ever did. And when you find your passion too, and I love doing hair, don't get me wrong. I loved going through beauty school. I love doing hair. I still love it, but this is like now my true passion. And so you really have to invest in yourselves and invest in your passion. I'm trying to think of what else I wanted to say. Oh, I was going to ask you, Simon, because God, you just, okay. You just over delivered. Okay. Like I have so many notes right now for my blog. Oh, and actually, when you were talking about a blog, you guys, I know a lot of people get overwhelmed for people that don't like to write. And you said, well, if you don't like to write, don't have a blog. You absolutely need a blog, hands down. But there's an easier way. You can shoot video and put it in your blog. But no matter what, I'm just going to touch on this because the way that you said it, I think it was a little confusing, and I don't mean to like be a backhanded compliment or anything like that. But you need a blog. You absolutely need a blog. When Simon was breaking down the tools, you absolutely need a blog. And this is why, because at any instant, Facebook could get shut down, Instagram can get shut down, Google Plus, Pinterest, whatever. And if you don't have a blog, you are homeless on the internet. There's only 2 things that you guys own on the internet, and that is your blog and your list. So I know I've come across people that don't like to blog, they don't like to write, and they're like overwhelmed. They're like, oh my God, you can outsource that. So don't even worry about that, but you absolutely need to have a blog. You can outsource it. You can do videos. You don't have to be writing all day long. And then I wanted to talk a little bit about, because I have so many notes. Simon, you're my mindset guy. Like I said in the beginning, you're absolutely my mindset guy. And I've heard along the way that, okay, I like to check my numbers out, but I've heard that 85% of it really comes down to mindset. I've heard Ray Higdon talk about this. I've heard Diane Hockman talk about this. As my mindset guy, would you agree with those numbers? 85% of it comes down, and I've heard these numbers, and I'm sure you have as well. But 85%, would you say that that's a good number, or a roughly? I mean, I guess we can't really break it down and find the accurate number. But do you think that majority of it comes down to mindset as opposed to action?
The first thing that you need to work on is your mindset. I watched a webinar last night about mindset mastery, and the number they came up with, the percentage of people who fail in their home business because of the mindset is 91%.
What?
And we know that in network marketing, 97% of people fail in their business. And the reason they fail is because they give up. The reason they give up is because they haven't got their mindset sorted.
Yeah.
And so it's absolutely the number one thing you have to work on. You have to work on yourself. I can't remember the exact quote, but it was Jim Rohn. He said, work harder on yourself than you do on your job. I think that's what it was.
Yep.
And that is so true, because even if you start off, and I think this is probably what happened with me in network marketing. I started off really, really well. Started off and it was flying. I got my promotion, and then I hit a wall, and it's because I wasn't the right person to go past that wall. So you have to change the person you are. So when you start off on these journeys, taking your baby steps, they don't need to be big leaps. Somebody's baby step may be somebody else's leap of faith. But for you, it's not about anybody else. It's about you. It's about the first person. It's your baby step. And it doesn't necessarily need to be in the right direction. It just needs to be a step. And then the person who's making the decisions, having made that step, is not the same person as the person who took that step. So all along the road, all the time you're working on yourself, you're in a better position to be able to take the next step and take the next step. And it may be off over there, or it may be off over there, but wherever it is, you take it, and you're not the same person who's taking the next step, and you just grow into it. But if you start trying to identify a goal on the horizon as the person who hasn't taken the first step yet, you're never going to achieve it. So yeah, you're absolutely right, Brittany. The mindset is the number one thing you have to work on, because you'll only get so far without it, and you won't be able to move further. So yeah, that's hugely important.
I do. I just love you to pieces, because you always, and personally for me, I can take things even if I don't, but every time I come to you, you are like the number one mindset guy. And when you were talking about just a minute ago, for me personally, and I'm doing two things at once. But for me personally, there was a long time where I was working my butt off, like honestly, and I was like, why aren't things happening? Why aren't things happening? Why aren't things happening? I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready. And I was actually on Simon and myself. We watch a ton of webinars, and I was actually on a webinar with Amber Voigt, the head lady with Unique, and really rock star network marketer. If you don't know her story, you should go check her out. But she was saying the same thing, and this was like I don't know, 6 months ago. And she was like, I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm reading all these books. I'm doing all this stuff. I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready. But she wasn't ready in her mind yet. Like, she had not learned the lessons to really take off. And I remember hearing that. And sometimes, guys, there's going to be things that you're going to hear that it won't make sense until later, until you go through it. But it wasn't until like a few weeks ago that I remembered this interview. And because my career personally has just exploded since Austin. I know Simon's has as well. I mean, that was a big breakthrough moment for us, was that Austin trip, just having that energy. But yeah, it wasn't until just a few weeks ago when that interview popped in my head, and it was like, I wasn't ready. I thought that I was ready, but my mindset was not in the right place. So
yeah. The difference for you is that you've identified your authentic self more. You've identified the gifts that you've been given through whatever you've been given them through. You've got them. You've identified what your gift is, and I think you've only identified that since Austin, and now you're able to share it. And
absolutely.
And the formula for doing this stuff is You have to do what excites you. You have to do it to the best of your ability, and you have to take any expectations out of the equation. So there's 3 key things. You do what excites you, you do it as best as you can, and you don't have any expectations. And that's been the difference in you since Austin, is you don't have those expectations. You just want to be authentically you, because you're the person who just wants to help people. You just want to use your description, you just want to love on them. You love on them, and that's what you've been doing.
Can you say that 1, 2, 3 again for me so I can write that down? I have so many notes. number 1 is what?
3 things. The formula for this is you do what excites you.
Okay.
And there's various ways to work that out. That you do it to the best of your ability, as well as you can. You really go for it.
Okay.
And you do it without any expectations.
I love that.
Because you're not worried. You're not the enjoyment, the fun, doing what you love. That's where the success is. That's where you're feeling happy. That's when you're in flow, because you're happy in the now, and you have a vision for the future. And when you've got that, then you're living in blisscipline. And then that's when it all goes for you, because you've got those 2 key things. And then, I mean, sportsmen know about it. When you're in flow, when you're in the zone, you're just along for the ride. You're not actually part of it at all. You're just in there. And that's what's changed. Absolutely. And that's why when you get in flow, you don't need to think about you don't think about A to Z or A to Z. Because you just need to think about A to B, because when you're thinking about A to Z, you don't need to know where B, C, and D are, because the universe will sort that out for you.
God, this is why I love you so much. You're just so amazing. Yeah, and my biggest breakthrough was in Austin. I mean, that's really where just that energy and being around you. We spent so much time together, and just I mean, so many things happened in Austin. I mean, it was just so magical. It was just so magical. I was laughing because I lost my phone in my hand.
Yeah, you did.
But we're not going to talk about that. But okay, so I wanted to say a few. I wrote this down too. So for anybody watching right now, and I don't know, do you have another number that you call in for the wake up call? Because I think that's really important that we touch on the actual wake up call that anybody can dial into every single day.
No, but my phone is enabled to do international calls as part of the plan. So I just dial in on my Wi-Fi.
Cool. Okay, so guys, I just wanted to say that the wake-up call that Simon and I tune into every single day, I'm just going to read off this number. So you might have to just pause it right now, grab a pen, grab your phone. But the number is 712-432-3431. And then the PIN number is 399808. And this just fires us up. I listen to this every single morning.
399808.
Yeah, hashtag. Oh yeah, pound, excuse me, pound. Right? Pound. Pound.
Hashtag.
Pound. Hashtag 399808. And this just fires me up. I listen to this every single day. For me, it's a little early because I'm on the West Coast. Another thing is, hey Simon, do you have Android or do you have iPhone?
I have Android.
Okay. So another thing you can do, is you can actually go to the My Lead System Pro, right? You can go to My Lead System Pro in the Google Play Store, and all of the replays, right? Yeah, yes. All of mine's a little dark. So, because I have my L6. I have my L6 Vision on my phone.
Oh, that's the call in Austin.
Yeah. Let's just share.
Sorry, everyone, we're showing you our phone.
But I listen to that, and sometimes, like with my kids, it's really early in the morning for me. So a lot of times I'll listen to them on repeat or replay, or sometimes there's things that are really good. But we encourage you guys to jump on these calls. This is something that really changed my life. Honestly, I didn't know about the law of attraction. I didn't know about mindset. I didn't know about personal development until I actually joined this system. And these phone calls are about 15 minutes long. Sometimes they go a little bit over, but they're really, I would say, I don't know if I want to say generic, but they're just mindset calls that just fire you up, just to say the least. So I would definitely grab that number, put that in your phone, and it's 11 Eastern, 8 on the West Coast, and then if you're in the UK, it's at 4. Is that what you said?
4 p.m.
And like I said, it doesn't even matter. Grab the app. I'm sorry, I have like a tickle in my throat. And maybe now on iPhone, I think maybe I heard something that just go type in MLSP app, My Lead System Pro app. And I think maybe iPhone now has the app now too. I don't know. I don't care about iPhone users.
I didn't realize they didn't have it.
Oh, well, iPhone users, you know what iPhone users have? This is so off topic, but they have Canva. They have a Canva app, Simon.
Yeah.
Which I'm really jelly. I'm really jelly because I love my Canva and I want that app. But yeah, it's such a battle between iPhone and Android. Like, why can't we just all share the love?
Yeah, all in good time. It's collaboration is the way forward, not competition. Value.
All right, exactly. So do you have any like closing words? Because I mean, you just over delivered, like, and I love that. I love that. You just nailed it. Like, you just nailed it. I'm so proud of you, because that is like, honestly, just that's what you need to do, is you need to under promise and over deliver, and you just like over delivered. So okay, so first off, guys, if you're watching the replay, it's meetsimonpalmer.com/simple system, right? To learn more about the system that we use.
Yeah.
The tools, the training. You guys go check this out. I swear to God, this will change your life. These are My Lead System Pro is the tools, the training, the mindset, everything that you need to have to build a successful 6- and 7-figure plus business. And then meetsimonpalmer.com/techademics. Is that what you said? Right?
Yeah. TECADEMICS.
Absolutely. And I actually signed up for Techademics as well. And yeah, I watched what did I watch? Oh, I watched a training on the blog, and it blew my mind. So if you're looking for first off, I'm just gonna say, if you're looking for some free training, go sign up with Techademics. It is just blowing up. It's a new thing. Go sign up. But obviously, honestly, guys, free is not the fastest way either. So you're going to want to invest in yourselves. And I know, I'm just going to tell you that at first that can be really scary. I didn't want to invest in myself. If you want to explode your business, go invest in yourself. It's the best thing that you can do. But I had to just say that. So I think that I have like all these other notes, but this can wait for another day.
Yeah.
Is there anything that you want to close with? Maybe some kind of mindset thing, maybe a quote, something awesomely Simon. Simon says, hashtag.
I've really enjoyed doing this. My first ever webinar as a host, and it's been fantastic. Yeah. I'd like to thank you very much for helping me out, especially when I pressed the wrong button and ran off somewhere into the ether. So that was pretty cool, or not, as the case may be. As far as that simple system's concerned, that MLSP thing, the Techademics is free to sign up, so that's a no-brainer. The other no-brainer is if you go to MLSP, you can have full access to all that stuff that I showed you. You can go and have a look around, go and pick and choose what you want. For 10 days, it'll cost you $10, which is nearly £8 in the UK at the moment. It used to be £5, it's now about £8. But yeah, go and have a look at that. That's a no-brainer as well. For very, very little money, you get to see exactly what you can access. But just before I go, I just wanted to share something else with you. So can you see my screen now?
Yes, absolutely. Yep.
Excellent. So I just wanted to share, this is my last slide. I just wanted to share a little bit and to thank you, Brittany. for today, because we've been talking a lot about Austin, and here we are. And I'm not sure if my Julie's seen this, but this is my weekend away with my American girlfriend. And you can see up here that we were actually doing some work at one point. This is you with your hero, Ray Higdon. What a great guy he was, eh?
Yeah.
That's you. This is you down here, Dr. Joe. But this is the guy that's is helping me with my mindset. I think I'm not sure if you're crying then or what you're doing, but this is the funniest one of all. Everyone in the whole room is standing up, doing whatever they've been told. I'm not sure who's talking at the time, but everybody else is standing up except sourpuss grumpy Brittany down there going, well, just because you're all standing up doesn't mean I have to stand up as well.
I'm working on my mindset, okay? Like
yeah. So that's cool. So
wait,
I'll come back to you.
Go back to that slide. No, go back to that slide. I want to take a picture of it. Oh my god, I just love you so much. And if me Julie is watching, it's just an inside joke. I'm not stealing your husband. Oh, he adores you.
You know when you said earlier about do you use Apple or Android?
Yeah.
Well, this picture down here on the right hand side, that's the evening when you lost your phone and it was in your hand.
All right, we're not even going to talk about me losing my phone in my hand.
No.
That is so sweet. Simon, you are just this is why I just love you so much. That was really sweet that you took the time to actually make a slide dedicated to me and losing my phone. But okay, I think the Joe thing is, I think that I was just so tired, and I was so, remember how we were talking about that bouncy feeling of the energy, and this is kind of off topic, but you guys, like, get to events because the energy, and I remember that moment, it wasn't because I was like, it wasn't, you guys captured a horrible moment where I'm like, you know, but I was really like, wah, 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 wah in my head. You know what I mean? And you're absolutely right. Like, Austin changed my life. That event changed my life. I mean, I can't even begin to tell you the ways that I've grown, the things that I've manifested in the last, 6 weeks?
Yeah.
6 weeks? You know, and you were joking earlier about me crying. And I mean, I have grown. And I just want to thank you, Simon. I mean, I tell you this all the time, but I really just want to thank you because, I mean, the ways that I'm growing as a person are just unbelievable. I mean, I am learning to love myself. So I have been crying. I have been breaking down quite a bit. You know what I mean? And I actually... Simon, this is why I just love you to pieces, and you're just my mindset, guys, because I'm almost gonna be 30 years old, right? I didn't get to 30. But I mean, in 30 years, honestly, I have always loved on people. You know, I've always loved on people and loved on them and loved on them, and this is why I'm just so passionate about what I do now. I loved doing hair before. I loved helping people. But I mean, oh my God, I'm getting off subject. But when it comes to my mindset and the way that you've helped me, I have to thank you so dearly. I love you so dearly because I am growing as a person, as a mom. I'm growing in my health because of you. I'm growing in loving myself. I mean, my mindset, I'm opening up. I'm really, you know, the receiving, there's so many ways that you have helped me that every single day I think about you. The receiving, right? Receiving of compliments, receiving of love. I mean, my brain is like exploding in the ways that my mindset is changing that I didn't know that I had to change. No, I don't want to say that I had to change, that I am changing. So I have to give you a big shout out because I'm gonna do a webinar just on Simon Palmer. It's gonna be all about Simon Palmer.
Well, I'll tell you what. I've thoroughly enjoyed doing tonight, and I don't know if you're up for it, but if you are, then maybe we should do this more often.
Absolutely, I'm down. I'm down. I'm down.
Let's do it again. Let's do it again next week.
All right, let's do it.
Let's do it. Right. So for now, everyone, thanks ever so much for coming. Thanks for watching. I hope you've got what you want to get from it, and if you haven't, just get in contact with me. Meetsimonpalmer.com. or find me anywhere on social media. I'm all over the shop. So give me a call. And Brittany and I'll see you again next week.
Bye, guys.
Thanks for watching.
Bye.